Welcome back to the channel USA Coins 69. Today we are diving deep into one of the most collected American coins in history, the United States of America 1-cent Lincoln penny from the year 1978, a coin that millions of people overlook every single day, yet it still hides secret surprises and a world of value that many collectors completely underestimate. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video you will know exactly what makes the 1978 Lincoln cent so fascinating, so desirable, and so exciting to search for in your pocket change and in your coin jars. The year 1978 was a moment of transition for American coinage. The economy was changing, inflation was rising, and the United States Mint continued producing billions of Lincoln cents that featured the iconic wheat reverse, replaced by the memorial building design starting in 1959, and this 1978 penny carries the same classic design that every collector instantly recognizes: the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a portrait that has remained on the U.S. penny for more than 100 years, and seeing this enduring design on a coin minted decades ago gives the 1978 penny a nostalgic charm and a classic appearance that makes it an essential part of any Lincoln cent collection. When you hold a 1978 Lincoln cent in your hand, the first thing you will notice is the copper glow, because coins of this era were still struck in 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This gives the coin a rich metallic shine and a beautiful tone that collectors love, and because copper reacts to air over time, these coins can develop stunning natural colors, including red, brown, rainbow hues, and even golden surfaces, making certain examples incredibly appealing to collectors who appreciate vibrant luster and unique toning. Now let's explore why some 1978 pennies can be worth far more than their face value. Although billions were produced, many collectors today focus on finding high-grade examples, coins that were never circulated, coins that remained in rolls, bags, or collections, and coins that still have their original blazing red mint luster. A near-perfect condition coin from this year is surprisingly difficult to locate because most 1978 pennies were heavily circulated. People used them daily in stores, gas stations, schools, and everywhere else, so examples with full luster, sharp detail, and clean surfaces are rare and highly desirable for grading and investment. Collectors also place tremendous value on mint mark varieties. For the 1978 Lincoln penny, there are two main mint locations: Philadelphia, which produced coins without a mint mark, and Denver, which used the D mint mark struck above the date. Each mint produced hundreds of millions of coins, but again, condition is the key to separating common examples from valuable treasures, and coins that show full detail in Lincoln's hair, smooth, even fields, a bright red finish, and no visible marks can stand out at auctions and bring impressive prices. Now, another important category for this year is errors and varieties, because any minting mistake on a copper cent can significantly increase its value. Some of the most exciting discoveries include off-center strikes where part of the design is missing but the date remains visible, giving the error maximum value. Then there are double die examples where the lettering or numbers appear duplicated on the coin, making them highly collectible and extremely desirable. And you can also find clipped planchets, die cracks, cuds, and even coins struck on foreign planchets, all of which can turn an ordinary 1978 penny into an exciting numismatic prize. So what should collectors look for when examining a 1978 penny? Begin with the color, because the grading community classifies copper cents into three categories: red, brown, and coins with the full original red luster are always the most valuable and most sought after. Next, examine the strike quality, checking for clear details in Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat, and on the reverse, checking for sharp lines on the columns of the Lincoln Memorial and strong lettering on United States of America and E pluribus unum. Collectors also examine the surfaces to make sure there are no scratches, dents, corrosion spots, or signs of cleaning, because original untouched surfaces are always preferred and can dramatically increase the coin's value at auction. Another powerful factor in determining the value of a 1978 penny is rarity. At higher grades, while billions were minted, only a very small percentage survive in pristine condition. Coins graded MS66, MS67 and higher are truly the elite survivors of their time, and finding one of these treasures in pocket change would be an incredible discovery. Collectors pay premium prices for these high-grade gems because they represent the finest known examples from the year, and they often become the centerpiece of advanced Lincoln cent collections. Now imagine searching through a pile of pennies and suddenly spotting a 1978 coin that still has blazing red luster, nearly perfect details, and only a few microscopic marks. That is the thrill that drives collectors to keep searching, because even a modern coin can still deliver big rewards, and the Excitement of finding a valuable Lincoln penny is what makes this hobby so addictive and so enjoyable for people around the world. As we reach the end of this deep dive, the most exciting question remains: what is the highest auction record for the 1978 Lincoln penny, and how much have collectors paid for the finest example ever discovered? The answer might surprise you, because the highest graded blazing red specimen sold for an impressive amount that stunned even experienced numismatists. And now here is the highest auction price for the 1978 Lincoln cent, spoken entirely in words. The most valuable 1978 Lincoln penny sold for more than $3,600. Today we are traveling back to the end of the 1970s to uncover the surprising story of the United States of America 1-cent Lincoln penny from the year 1979, a coin that millions of Americans used without a second thought. Yet today collectors all over the world are searching for the rarest, highest grade and most valuable examples, because hidden among the billions minted are coins that can be worth far more than just a single cent and your pocket change might be. Holding one of these treasures right now, the 1979 Lincoln penny represents an era in which copper cents were still produced with their classic 95% copper composition, a warm glowing metal that gives these coins a rich tone and beautiful color that later zinc cents simply cannot match. The design of the coin remains iconic, with Abraham Lincoln's familiar profile created by Victor David Brenner, that same portrait that has been on the penny for more than a full century, showcasing strength, determination, and American history all in one compact design. And holding a penny from 1979 feels like holding a tiny piece of that tradition preserved through decades. Collectors love the coins from this period because the combination of copper and age creates beautiful natural toning. Each coin becomes unique over time. Some develop deep red luster, others shift to red-brown or full brown, and some rare pieces even show brilliant rainbow colors, making them extremely desirable among collectors who appreciate artistic and unique color patterns. The beauty of a copper cent is that no two coins age in exactly the same way, and every 1979 penny tells its own story through its surface appearance. Now, although billions of 1979 pennies were minted, most of them went straight into circulation and suffered heavy wear, which makes high-grade examples extremely scarce. Collectors are constantly searching for coins that remained untouched, coins that stayed in original rolls or bags, coins with perfect luster, sharp detail, and clean surfaces. These high-grade survivors are where the real value begins, and serious collectors chase anything that grades at the top levels because such coins represent the finest examples. Known for the year 1979, there are two main mint varieties: Philadelphia, which carries no mint mark, and San Francisco, which issued proof coins with the S mint mark. Each type offers its own collecting interest. The Philadelphia circulating strikes are common in worn condition but extremely rare in high uncirculated condition with full original red color. Meanwhile, the San Francisco proof coins show deep mirror fields, frosted devices, and stunning contrast, but only the absolute finest cameo examples command strong interest at auctions. Errors for the year 1979 also capture the attention of collectors because any unusual minting flaw can turn a simple penny into a surprising numismatic treasure. Popular error types include off-center strikes where part of the design is missing yet the date remains visible, dramatically increasing desirability, and there are also double die obverse varieties, repunched mint marks, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, cuds, and even coins struck through foreign material. Each of these errors has the potential to raise the value of a 1979 Lincoln cent far beyond normal collector levels, and some of the rarest errors have sold for extremely strong premiums. When evaluating a 1979 penny, you must carefully examine several major features that determine its value. Begin with the color, because copper is graded as red, red-brown, or brown, and coins that retain their full red brilliance are the most highly prized. Next, inspect the sharpness of the strike, looking for fine lines in Lincoln's hair and beard, clarity in the lettering, and strong detail on the reverse showing well-defined steps and crisp columns on the Lincoln Memorial. Original untouched surfaces without scratches, corrosion, cleaning marks, or spots are essential for top grades because any damage instantly lowers value. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS66, MS67, or any extremely rare MS68 range, are where the excitement begins because very few coins survive from 1979 with such pristine quality. These elite examples represent the highest level of preservation and collectors compete intensely to own. them, and because the supply is so low but the demand is strong, these coins can achieve impressive auction results and often shock collectors who underestimate how rare pristine copper cents from the late 70s truly are. Imagine sorting through your old jars or boxes of pennies and finding a coin from 1979 that still shines with bold red copper brilliance, a coin that has nearly flawless surfaces, a coin that looks like it rolled straight off the minting press yesterday. That thrill is exactly why millions of collectors continue searching, hunting, and examining every detail of the Lincoln cent, hoping to uncover one of these rare time capsule quality pieces. And the excitement of that possibility is what makes coin collecting such an addictive and rewarding hobby. Now, as we reach the end of this deep exploration of the 1979 Lincoln penny, we arrive at the question every collector wants answered: what is the highest price ever paid for one of these coins at auction, and how much can a perfect example bring? When the bidding heats up, the answer might surprise you, because even a modern penny from this year can sell for a truly impressive amount when preserved in extraordinary condition. And here at the end is the highest auction price for a 1979 Lincoln penny, spoken entirely in words exactly as you requested. The most valuable 1979 Lincoln penny sold for more than $2,200. Today we are diving deep into one of the most interesting and often underestimated coins in American history, the United States of America 1-cent Lincoln penny from the year 1980, a coin that millions of people handled every day without realizing that hidden among the countless pieces circulating across the country are examples that can be worth far more than anyone ever imagined. And today we are uncovering everything you need to know about this iconic copper cent, its history, its design, its hidden secrets, and the rare features that can turn a simple penny into a coveted prize that collectors eagerly chase. As we step into 1980, America was transitioning from the 70s into the 80s, a time of big change, new culture, and shifting economics. But the Lincoln penny continued its traditional and familiar form, still made of its classic 95% copper composition, a rich warm metal that makes these coins especially beautiful and collectible. The copper shines with a deep red brilliance when perfectly preserved, and over time it can develop stunning natural toning, making each coin unique and giving collectors a wide variety of beautiful pieces to admire. The obverse of the 1980 Lincoln penny features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner more than 7 decades earlier. The design remains one of the most recognizable images in American money, with Lincoln gazing forward, a symbol of strength, resolve, and the enduring values of the nation. Small details like the texture of his hair, the crease of his coat, and the clarity of the motto, "In God We Trust," all play important roles in determining the condition and value of the coin. On the reverse, the famous Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparo showcases the iconic structure standing tall with sharp lines, clear pillars, and tiny hidden details, including the small statue of Lincoln visible between the central columns. Collectors often examine the reverse under magnification to check for clarity, strength of strike, and any unique features that may increase value. These tiny details can make a huge difference, especially for high-grade and rare error examples. Now, the 1980 penny may seem common because billions were minted, but this massive production actually makes high-grade pieces extremely rare. While many coins circulated heavily and became worn, scratched, or discolored, only a tiny fraction survived in pristine, untouched condition. Collectors look for coins that still display bright original red color, flawless surfaces, sharp detail, and powerful mint luster. These are the coins that stand out above the rest and attract serious collectors at auctions and coin shows across the country. Mint marks also play an important role in collecting. The 1980 penny was struck at 2 major mints: the Philadelphia Mint, which placed no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which used the letter D. Coins from both mints are abundant in lower condition but extremely rare in the highest grades, especially when preserved with full red color. The top population of these coins in MS-67 or MS-68 condition is incredibly small, and collectors compete intensely for these examples whenever they appear on the market. Errors from the year 1980 are especially popular because a strong copper strike combined with minting anomalies can create dramatic and valuable mistakes. Among the most desirable are off-center strikes where part of the design is missing but the date remains visible, double die obverse coins where the lettering or date appears doubled, repunched mint marks, clipped planchets, die cracks, cuds, broad strikes, and even coins struck on the wrong metal. Any of these errors can turn a common penny into a rare and highly valuable collectible, sometimes worth hundreds or even thousands depending on severity and condition. High-grade examples require close inspection. Collectors check for luster, which should flow across the Surface like liquid light under rotation. They check for clean fields without scratches or spots. They examine the sharpness of Lincoln's hair, the clarity of the lettering, and the details of the memorial steps on the reverse. Even the smallest imperfection can drop a coin's grade and greatly reduce its value. This is why perfectly preserved 1980 pennies are sought after, because only a tiny number were lucky enough to survive without damage from handling, storage, or circulation. Imagine the excitement of finding a 1980 penny that shines like the day it left the mint, with blazing red copper surfaces and nearly flawless detail. A coin that might have spent decades tucked away in a forgotten roll, envelope, or collection, only to be rediscovered by a lucky collector. The thrill of that discovery is part of what makes the Lincoln Cent series so beloved and keeps millions of collectors searching through their pocket change jars and old collections hoping to uncover a hidden gem. The story of the 1980 penny reminds us that even the most ordinary-looking coin can hold extraordinary potential, and that history, value, and rarity can be hiding in the smallest places. Every time a collector finds a high-grade piece or a rare error, they are rescuing a piece of American history, preserving a moment in time, and unlocking a treasure that many people overlooked for years. And that makes each discovery special, exciting, and worth the effort of searching. And now we reach the final moment, the one everyone waits for, the highest price ever paid for a 1980 Lincoln penny at auction. And this value will be spoken entirely in words, exactly as you requested. The most valuable 1980 Lincoln penny sold for more than $3,500. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating, most confusing, and most collectible coins in the entire Lincoln Cent series, the United States of America 1-cent Lincoln penny from the year 1982, a year that completely reshaped the future of American pennies and created one of the most thrilling and complex hunts for collectors across the world. Because 1982 is not just another year, it is the year of the Great Composition Change, the year when the United States Mint transitioned from heavy solid copper cents to lightweight zinc cents coated with copper, creating multiple varieties, different weights, different compositions, and even different designs, all in a single year, making 1982 one of the richest treasure hunting years in modern coin collecting. To understand the power and charm of the 1982 penny, we have to go back to why the change happened. For decades, the price of copper kept rising higher and higher until the metal inside a penny was worth almost as much as the coin itself, forcing the mint to make a historic decision: replace the 95% copper composition with a zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper. The result was a coin that looked the same but weighed much less, and this transition process produced several varieties that today collectors obsess over, hunt for, and pay strong premiums to own, especially in high grade. Now the magic of the 1982 penny lies in its varieties. This single year contains both copper and zinc versions, and also contains two different styles of the date known as large date and small date. And the year includes coins from both the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark and the Denver Mint with the D mint mark. When you combine these factors, you get 7 major varieties and one legendary 8th variety that collectors dream about: the elusive 1982 D small date copper cent, a coin surrounded by mystery, debate, and excitement. The 7 standard varieties include copper large date, copper small date, zinc large date, zinc small date, and the same set from the Denver Mint, except the Denver Mint only officially produced large date varieties, but collectors discovered one small date from Denver struck on a copper planchet, considered one of the most famous modern rarities in circulation. The mere possibility that such a coin could still be sitting in someone's pocket drawer or coin jar keeps collectors searching endlessly through thousands of pennies, hoping to find one of the most valuable modern cents ever known. Understanding the difference between copper and zinc pennies from 1982 is essential. Copper pennies weigh 3.1 grams while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams, and this small difference changes everything from how the coin sounds to how it feels to how it ages. Copper cents develop warm, rich brown and red tones over time, while zinc cents are more prone to corrosion and spotting, making high-quality examples harder to find but also more rewarding when discovered. The difference between large date and small date varieties may seem minor to beginners, but to collectors it is one of the most exciting parts of searching for these coins. The small date has a slender, more delicate appearance, with the 2 towering slightly higher above the timeline of the date and the top of the 8 aligning more evenly with the height of the 9, while the large date appears bolder, thicker, and sits lower, and this subtle change creates a major difference in rarity, desirability, and value, especially when combined with the copper or zinc composition. Condition plays a massive role in determining the worth of any 1982 penny, because this year was heavily circulated and most coins suffer from wear, dents, scratches, corrosion, or discoloration. But high-grade examples, especially those with full red color, bright luster, and Minimal marks can command strong prices and collectors search through rolls and bags hoping to uncover coins that survived untouched for decades. The finest examples display blazing red surfaces, strong strike, sharp details in Lincoln's beard and hair, and fully defined lettering and reverse elements. But the real excitement of the year 1982 comes from its dramatic errors and transitional mysteries, because whenever a major metal change occurs, mistakes at the mint become more likely, and collectors have found wrong planchet strikes off-center errors, double dies, re-punched mint marks, and even coins struck on transitional compositions, the most famous being the mythical 1982 D small date copper penny, an unbelievable mistake believed to be worth a fortune if genuine, and extremely few are known to exist, making this penny one of the most hunted coins in modern times. The thrill of the 1982 penny continues to grow because every year new discoveries appear. Someone finds a previously unknown variety, someone uncovers a strange error, or a forgotten roll of coins reveals pristine high-grade examples. The excitement is endless because 1982 is not just one coin, it is a whole universe of possibilities, a year filled with variety, history, mystery, and potential value, and that combination is what pulls collectors deeper and deeper into the world of numismatics. Imagine holding a copper small date penny from Philadelphia, glowing bright red with perfect surfaces preserved for over 40 years, untouched by circulation. Imagine discovering a zinc small date penny from Denver that somehow survived in flawless condition. Imagine the shock of weighing a Denver mint coin from 1982 and realizing it is copper instead of zinc, the heart-pounding excitement, the shaking hands, the rush of adrenaline as the scale confirms the weight of 3.1 grams, and the realization that you might be holding one of the most legendary pennies ever struck. That is the magic of this incredible year. And now, after exploring the deep history, the complex varieties, the special features, and the thrilling hunt of the 1982 Lincoln penny, we reach the moment collectors wait for, the highest auction result ever achieved for a penny from this extraordinary year, spoken entirely in words exactly as you requested. The most valuable 1982 Lincoln penny sold for more than $18,000. Today we are going to explore the history, the design, the rare features, the collector appeal, and the factors that make certain 1990 pennies highly sought after across the world. So stay with me until the very end, because we will reveal the highest auction price in words only for this remarkable penny. The 1990 Lincoln penny comes from a time when the United States was experiencing economic changes, technological advancements, and cultural shifts, and yet the Lincoln cent continued its role as one of the most familiar and widely used coins in everyday life. This coin is composed of a copper-plated zinc alloy introduced in 1982, which gives the coin its reddish appearance while being lighter and more cost-effective than the older solid copper pennies. Collectors often focus on the composition as it helps differentiate high-quality coins and older copper examples from zinc pennies, and this composition adds a subtle but important layer to the collecting experience. On the obverse of the coin we find the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner, which has appeared on the penny since 1909. This iconic profile represents leadership, perseverance, and the enduring values of the United States. The sharpness of Lincoln's features, the detail in his hair and beard, and the clarity of the inscriptions "I in God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1990 are all key factors that collectors examine when assessing the condition and potential value of a coin. A well-struck example from this year with crisp detail and a vibrant copper color is much more desirable than a worn or circulated coin. The reverse features the famous Lincoln Memorial design that was used from 1959 to 2008, showcasing the architectural detail of the column steps and the tiny hidden statue of Lincoln in the center of the memorial, a design that is admired for its precision and craftsmanship even on a small 1-cent coin. The condition of the reverse is equally important. Collectors look for clean surfaces, strong relief, and minimal marks to achieve higher grading, which dramatically influences the price a coin can fetch at auction. Although millions of pennies were minted in 1990, the vast majority circulated heavily, which makes high-grade examples rare and highly collectible. Collectors especially prize coins that have been preserved in mint state with full copper red luster, bright surfaces, and sharp detail. The highest quality coins often survive only because they were kept in original rolls, sealed bags, or collections untouched by circulation. These pristine examples are the ones that consistently achieve top prices and command attention from grading companies and serious numismatists alike. Varieties and errors from this year also enhance collector interest. While 1990 does not have major die variations like earlier years, some coins exhibit minor doubling on the lettering or date, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and other anomalies caused during the minting process. These subtle differences can make a coin unique and more valuable because error coins are extremely sought after by collectors who enjoy owning one-of-a-kind or rare variations that stand out from the rest of the mintage. Evaluating a 1990 Lincoln penny for value involves checking several key factors including color, because red coins are far more desirable than red-brown or brown coins, strike quality to ensure all details are crisp, surface condition free from scratches or corrosion, and overall eye appeal. A coin that excels in all of these areas becomes highly coveted and is likely to attract premium prices in the collector market. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS65 or above, are incredibly scarce relative to the total mintage and often become centerpiece coins in advanced Lincoln cent collections. Collectors often search through jars, rolls, and inherited coin collections hoping to uncover these hidden gems. The excitement of finding a well-preserved 1990 penny with blazing red luster and perfect surfaces is what keeps hobbyists and professional numismatists motivated to hunt coins year after year. Every discovery of a pristine coin brings a rush of adrenaline and a sense of uncovering history, because even though the coin is modern, it represents the continuity of one of the most beloved designs in American numismatics. The 1990 Lincoln penny may appear ordinary to casual observers, but for collectors its significance, condition, rarity, and potential for error variations make it an important coin in the modern Lincoln cent series. And the market for these coins continues to grow because high-quality examples are hard to find and demand remains strong among dedicated collectors. And now we finally reach the moment you have been waiting for, the highest auction price ever recorded for a 1990 Lincoln 1-cent penny in exceptional condition. Stated entirely in words, the most valuable 1990 Lincoln penny sold for more than $900.